Hello guys and welcome back to a new video on my channel. Today it's time for another episode of ARK Aberration. And today, of course, we have some more things to do. But first of all, before I forget, of course, a couple of episodes back we made this generator and all of the electrical stuff. And of course gasoline. But, of course, this gasoline slowly decreases or whatever, or slowly... It just gets used over time and, well... I just don't want all my electrical devices to suddenly just not work anymore, especially this refrigerator because of all this stuff in there. So what I'm going to do in the meantime while I do my intro and stuff is just make some more gasoline, which we probably can easily make. Let's make 50 more here and 50 more here. There we go. And of course we also need more wood. Just like that, 400 is fine. Alright, that's settled. I've also done a little bit of stuff off camera, like just collect more metal. And also, take a look at this. I have worked on making a bunch of fertilizer, because in the last episode we finished off the greenhouse for the farm we're gonna be finishing in this episode. But we still were missing fertilizer. But... look at this. We have a crap ton of fertilizer. There's like, how much is this? This is like, this is large fertilizer. Yeah, large fertilizer. Okay. And I don't know how much this is. It's like 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. At least 60 in there. Maybe even 70. And another one with also almost 70. And... what this compost bin has also done is make some rare mushrooms and rare flowers, which is pretty cool. And these worms, but as you can see, it's only used for fishing, which I just don't care a damn about, because fishing in this game, it's basically just like in Minecraft, with you can get some loot, but most of the loot is just completely useless or just really bad. But yeah, I've taken care of making some fertilizer. I've just collected a bunch of thatch and poop off camera. In the last episode I showed off that you can get poop very quickly with just feeding a roll rat a bunch of stim berries, and that's basically what I did a couple of times off camera, which means we now have a lot of fertilizer. Very nice. Let me just check up on all of our dinos, check to see if they have levels. Oh yeah, we also had this Doedicurus, which has gained 30 levels, by the way. That's pretty nice. He doesn't need that much more weight, but he definitely could use some movement speed and some more melee damage. A little bit more health, stamina. There we go. And we basically set him on wandering, like enable wandering. Over here, which means he automatically collects stones across like this platform here, and he has collected a bunch of stone over the course of like, well, a day, because eventually I just turned off wandering, which means he doesn't collect stone anymore, because this is way more than enough for probably ever, or maybe not, but anyway, there we go. Almost 40,000 extra wood, which means we have 64,500 stone. That is definitely a lot, which is of course only a good thing. Megalosaurus, you don't have any more levels. Don't really care about you, but you have some more levels. You can get melee damage. Maybe I will just get rid of this roll rat, because there is, with this multi-tool that I also use to pick up structures and stuff, you can also set it to dino mode and then do a bunch of stuff like claim a dino, make it follow you, set it on wandering, or kill it. And a really fast way of getting more XP in this game is just killing a bunch of dinos, and it also works with your own dinos. And because I basically don't need a second roll rat, and this one is basically completely useless, yeah, I'm sorry, but it is it has been taken care of. And okay, I don't have a lot of extra XP from that. That's kind of sad, but anyway. Sorry, roll rat, but yeah. You were just eating berries and nothing else. Might as well just get rid of this Ravager anyway. Yeah, okay. A little bit sad anyways, but again, I don't really care. Alright, but that means we have at least 2 dinos less that eat from this feeding trough. So that's basically the only positive thing, and of course the XP, which we barely gained any of. But anyway, now that we have taken care of the intro, or I've done the intro, let me just go through my to-do board for this episode. So, first of all, I want to make some more industrial structures. I already have this industrial grill, which is very nice. It wasn't hard to make at all, because if I just take a look in this crafting station, the grill was super easy to make. Like only 40 cementing paste, 30 crystal, 200 metal, and 40 oil, which is barely anything. I guess we could even make 50 of these if we want. Okay, not even close, but you get the point. It's really easy to make. But there are some more industrial things which I would like. This industrial grinder I would really like to have eventually, but it is very expensive and it's not too useful yet. But this forge is definitely very, very, very useful. And, of course, this chemistry bench as well. But we are level 80 and we need to be 82 for that. So we're almost there, but not just yet. But in this episode, I want to work on making the forge. But it is quite expensive. It's 600 cementing paste, 250 crystal, which we already have, 400 oil, which I think we also have, or otherwise we could just get it from killing trilobites or tech creatures, and 400 polymer, which is also not a problem because I think it was in the last episode or the episode before that that we killed some carcinos, and from carcinos you get organic polymer, which basically acts as a substitute for polymer. But the metal ingots are maybe going to be a problem. I don't know how much we have. We currently have... Okay, it's not even a problem. We have more than enough. Can we even already make it? I don't think so. I think we need to make cementing paste. Yeah. 600 cementing paste. That is quite a lot. But I think we can make it. It's stone and chitin that we need for that. And we have way more than enough chitin and way more than enough stone. What I am going to do is make some more mortar and pestles. Probably just one extra, because currently we have 2. And that's also why I want to have the chemistry bench, because the chemistry bench is just a better version of the mortar and pestle. Stop moving me. Oh my god, this fucking earthquake, man. So yeah, we needed 600 cementing paste. So let me just make 200 in each mortar and pestle. And when that's done, we can finally make the industrial forge. But of course, as you can probably expect, this grill is not too big, but the forge is huge. So it's probably not gonna fit in this room that we have here. But yeah, for the forge we definitely need to expand our base a little bit, or at least make like a room for it somewhere. But that's where I get to the next point. I eventually also want to make or want to turn this base into metal, because currently it is made of wood, but I eventually want to turn this base into full metal. It's not actually too expensive. It's only 50 metal ingots and 15 cementing paste for a metal foundation. But the problem is currently we only have 136 engram points, and I don't... Okay, it does cost quite a bit. Wait a minute, level 45. I think we can learn these 5 at least, but I would like to have the XL walls, like these large metal walls, which costs 17 more. Alright, so of course I'm not going to do it this episode, because I don't think we have enough metal for that. But that's why I also want to take a look at getting some more metal in this episode, because I think in episode 4 we took a look at getting some metal in the blue zone, which is definitely a viable option. But I know of a much better place to get some metal, actually a lot of metal. And because we have an Ankilo, finally, we can get metal even more efficiently. But anyway, I'm level up, so that's pretty nice. What can we learn at 81? Ooh, scuba. Okay, that's definitely going to be useful as well. You probably know what scuba is, so I'm not even going to bother explaining it. Alright, so that is basically number 1. How is our cementing paste doing? Oh, it's actually almost done already. So I guess we can work on expanding our base. So I think I'm just going to make like an extra 3x3 room. And now that I have talked about the fact that I want to replace this wood with metal, why not just make the room with metal already, and then we can replace all of this wood with metal later, maybe in the next episode. So where the hell am I gonna do this? It should be close to the storage boxes, so maybe I will make our... Okay, this is maybe not the best place because of the farm, but I think we can Okay, this is also not a good place because of all this stuff. What I could do is move this smithy to the corner, but okay, maybe. Well, oh my god, where the hell am I? Well, because okay. Gee, I'm trying to say 5 million things at the same time, and it's not working out. Again, I want to make a 3x3 room for the industrial forge, and because our current forges are placed over here, why not just make the room that way? Or does it not fit here? It's a little bit clunky with the gates, but I think it will work fine. Because what I also want to do is, because currently this base is 6x7 and not 7x7. So I think I'm actually going to place the 3x3 room here, 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 and then 3 foundations over there. Okay, I think that could work. So, yeah, it's time to make the forge, because I think our cementing paste is done. Yes, there we go. Oh my god, I love this forge, man. And also, just to see how big it is. Oh my god, this thing is huge. Okay, anyway. Yeah, we definitely need to make that metal room. So, what I'm going to do is, because we do have some more points now, because I leveled up just a minute ago. So, let's learn the metal structures. So the foundation, the wall, door frame, ceiling, door. Of course, the S plus stuff, because we're going to use that instead. And the walls, the large walls to be exact. There we go. We also have this XL metal wall that is 12 tall, but yeah, we're not going to need that. So let's start by making 9 metal foundations. So I think we have enough metal, but we don't have enough cementing paste. So that's 135. Then we're going to need at least 9 metal walls, like large walls. So 135 plus 252. That is 387. So let me make 200 in here and 187 in this one. All right, but then we also need 9 ceilings. So 9 ceilings is 90 cementing paste. That's not too bad. There we go. All right, so that is basically all we need for the 3x3 room. But of course, we also need to make some sort of a door in here. I think I'm going to place it here. Let me just already get rid of this. Yeah, just demolish it. I don't need it anymore. What I'm also going to be doing in the meantime is making 7 extra wooden foundations. So we can actually make our base into a 7x7 base. There we go. Very nice. Let me just... Oh my god, you're horribly in the way, Ankilo, sir. Or ma'am. I don't know. I don't care. Alright, just like that. The walls are done. We need to make 7 more ceilings, but that is going to be no problem. Alright, ceilings have been placed. So now I think we can make our 9 metal foundations. Foundation, there we go. I think we can. Yes, very nice. So then we can finally place those, and then we can actually place this forge, which means we can get rid of these forges. I'm also going to place this bed in a better location. Or should I make this bunk bed? Nah, we don't need it yet. This bunk bed is basically so we can respawn more often in a row. Because when you die too often in a row, like I think you can only respawn at this bed like twice in 5 minutes. And then you can't respawn there for a short while. But with a bunk bed, that's basically gone. You can respawn there as often as you want, I think. Or just often enough so you don't notice it. But yeah, anyway, we don't really need it for now. Alright, but now we can place this little room. And finally, the... Oh my god. This thing is still huge, man. Let me just place it in the middle. And at the edge of there so we can... enter this room. Alright, I think that is fine. Yeah, nice. Alright, that is done. So now it is time to make the large walls, which we can make. Very nice. I don't know how much metal we have left, but hey, still enough, so that's nice. What we can do is get rid of these forges, because, yeah, we have this thing placed, and for some reason, it is... What? It is already powered. even though the cables are not even close to here. But hey, it works. I don't care. Nice. But yeah, we can get rid of these. There we go. And finally, put this in there. Put this in there. And this in there. Ah, that fit. What? Put this in there as well. There we go. Very, very, very nice. But I have a suspicion. Yeah, we don't have a lot of metal left. Well, actually, 2,000. Okay. Fine. But I think our walls are done. Very nice. Alright, those have been placed. Very nice. Of course, the forge is still taller, but I think we can just place like 2 normal walls on top of each large wall. Or should we just expand, like make our base taller in its entirety? I think we'll do that eventually, but for now... Or should we go for 2 large walls on top of each other? You know, I think that's just more efficient. It means we don't need to make like separate walls and make our base more vulnerable to whatever. Doesn't really matter. I think we'll just do that. But for now, this is fine. I'll just keep it like this for now. And then in the next episode, we'll work on upgrading our entire base. But anyways, let me just finish our to-do list because this has already taken... Oh my god, this is so bright, dude. Holy shit. My face is even... Oh my god. Okay, whatever. Anyway, now I can't see this. Oh my god. Can I make a torch? Just a torch. Or actually, the fucking letters don't get affected by that. Anyways, number 2. Spino. I want to try and tame a Spino in this episode. In the last 2 episodes, we worked on taming some Megalosauruses. Unfortunately, I only tamed one of them and not another one for breeding because we just were stupidly unlucky with finding a decent level Megalosaurus. But I want to have Spinos anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. So, I want to tame a Spino in this episode. Because I love Spinos. They're super powerful. And yeah, I just want to have them, okay? So, to prepare for that, we're going to need, of course, our long neck rifle and tranq darts. I think 60 tranq darts is already enough. Right, so for a level 120, which is the max on Aberration, we need 22 or 32 darts, and we have 60. So that's almost double. So that's more than enough. Our long neck rifle is still fine. Yeah, I'm gonna repair it just in case. I don't want it to suddenly break in the middle of taming the Spino, so that is taken care of. Of course, we'll also need to make a taming pen for the Spino, but instead of working with these door frames, I'm gonna be using gates instead. Not these behemoth gateways, because those are way too big, but I'm gonna use these normal gateways. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm probably going to be making 5 gateways and then put them in like some sort of a circle shape, and I'm going to lure the Spino into the trap, place the final door frame, and then he's trapped. So what I'm going to be needing is 5 stone gateways. Should I make 6 just in case? I think so. And I'll definitely show off how it works when we go ahead and actually tame the Spino. Of course, for that, we need to actually find a decent level. Hopefully 120, because that would be very nice. But yeah, we have our long rifle, our tranq darts. We also need the mutton, of course, but I'll grab that when we actually go and look for one. What I'm also going to need is these appetizers. I've been constantly talking about these appetizers because it just lowers food and it makes the taming process go much faster. So what I'm gonna do is just make 5 of those. Or did I already make some of them? I don't think so. Or I did. I don't know. Stop with your fucking earthquake, man. Oh, I already... Okay. Well, we have 15 now, so that's fine. What I'm also going to need is a saddle, of course, eventually. So, can we learn the Spino saddle? Oh, we already did. Okay, very nice. So let me just make a Spino saddle, and I think that's everything we need. Of course, in the area we're going to be looking for Spinos, which is that little river with all the crabs, carcinos, as well, and the sarcos, the crocodiles. It is quite dangerous out there, so we're definitely going to be needing our Megalosaurus. Anyways, now that we've talked about the Spino, let me just finish the to-do list. I'm actually going to skip number 3 for now, talk about number 4 because that is the farm. All we need to do for the farm is just get some seeds into those crop plots and place a water tap so that our plants are irrigated, or crop plots are irrigated, so that our plants can actually grow. So what we need to do is make some intakes. These bore intakes are fine. Let me just make one. Seriously, we don't have any raw metal. Okay. All right, that's 30. Very nice. So now we can make the bore intake, which we're also using for our water tap that we already have over there. We also need to make some vertical pipes. Actually, I think only one. Some intersections. I think 4 should be fine. And of course, we need taps. So we're going to make 2 taps, 1 on each side of the farm. There we go. And there we go. And now this should all be irrigated. This is irrigated. Very nice. And very nice. All right, so that's taken care of. Now we need to get some seeds. So if you remember correctly, we're going to be needing these citronal seeds, long grass, raw carrot, and savaroot, because those are all of the vegetables we're going to be growing. So I'm going to be placing citronal on the left, like this. Let me place the long grass over here, and then the raw carrots will go over on the right, as well as the savaroot. This does take a while to grow, but with the greenhouse effect that these things have, it is going to go much faster already, which is definitely a good thing. So seeds in there. They do. Oh my god, they're already spoiling. What the hell? This already has fertilizer? Okay, that's nice. Anyways, let me just grab all of this fertilizer. All right, I've just placed 2 of each, 2 fertilizer in each plot, but we still have a bunch of fertilizer left. So let me just actually just place or put all of the fertilizer I have in every plot. Just place fertilizer. Yeah. All right. We still have, how much is this? Like 15, 14. So 1 in each more. There's already so much fertilizer in here, just almost 6 million. All right, but the farm is done. So all we need to wait for is for these plants to grow. And then we, finally have vegetables, which you can use in recipes. Very nice. All right, so that is taken care of. Number 5 is the chainsaw. I also made this in Ragnarok and Scorched Earth as well. Chainsaw is probably the most overpowered tool in the game. This is mainly used to get wood more efficiently. We need to make more cementing paste. Okay, that's fine. But yeah, the chainsaw is mainly used for collecting wood a lot faster than with your hatchet or even the roll rat, I think. But you can also use it to gather resources from like dead creatures, like organic polymer from the Carcinos, which I think I'll actually show off in this episode. So yeah, basically how this chainsaw works is you need to have... Okay. I was like, how the hell is this 395? But I still have the gasoline we already made in my inventory. But yeah, how this works is you need to have gasoline in your inventory for it to power this chainsaw. And then you can basically... Yeah, I'm not going to show it yet because that does cost gasoline. But if I just show it over at those trees, you can definitely see why the chainsaw is so overpowered. Oh my god, 900 wood from one tree. My god. And these are not even good trees. If I just go to one of those fungal trees over there, those mushroom looking trees, we get much more. I think we get much more. Let me see. Okay, 1400. Oh my god, that's pretty good. What level are you? 112. Okay, that takes a little bit to kill. Let me just find like a dino that's easy to kill, so you can see how much hide you also get, because the chainsaw is also really good at gathering hide. Ta-da! A crap ton of hide. 800, 900 hide from one parasaur. That is insane. But hey, just if you ever gonna play this game, make the chainsaw as soon as possible. It's so good, as you just saw. But hey, we got 916 chip. We got so much more. Yeah, chainsaw is just, it's so good. Anyway, number 3, the surface. In the last episode, we went to the surface for the first time. I still want to explore the surface for just a bit more, because in the last episode, we just didn't have a lot of time because of the seasons and the day-night cycle in Aberration. It's just a little bit weird. And currently, we have a 50-50 day, which means that the next 2 or 3 days are going to be 50-50. The 3 days after that are going to be 90% day and 10% night, which is even worse. So yeah, I'm probably going to have to wait for like a couple of hours to have a good cycle. But anyway, yeah, I just want to explore the surface for a bit more, get some more obsidian from there, some more element ore. There's also oil on the surface and metal, so we're definitely going to be getting that as well. And finally, red zone preparation. I already talked about the red zone a little bit. We explored the blue zone quite a lot already, but it is time that we start exploring the red zone. Not in this episode yet, because it's called preparation for a reason, but we're definitely gonna take a look at the red zone in the next episode. Let me just tell you, it is very dangerous and completely irradiated as well, so we definitely gonna need the hazard suit. But yeah, we'll definitely take a look at that in this episode, and then we'll go to the red zone in the next one. Anyways, I think it is time to tame the SPINO. So, what I'm going to need is the raw mutton. We're going to need long rifle, gateways, the appetizers, the saddle. I think we have everything you need. So, time to go ahead. Time to go ahead. What? Time to look for a SPINO. Right, by the way, I'm still taking the long way around because I did place a zip line there in the last episode, I think, to just not have to go all this way, which doesn't really matter that much because we have to go that way anyway. But I would like to make either a ramp or take a look at this zipline motor attachment. This is a very interesting little device. You can equip this onto your pants, and with gasoline on your pants or the device, you can go up zip lines, because otherwise you need a Ravager. But of course I have my Megalosaurus with me now, and Megalosauruses can't ride zip lines. And as a human, you can go down zip lines but not up, and that is what that motor attachment does, is allow you to go up zip lines, which is definitely going to be useful. We're going to be using zip lines a little bit more in the future. I also want to make a zip line on the surface, because if you remember from the last episode, we needed to climb all the way up to the surface, and we basically almost wore out an entire set of climbing picks. So yeah, I definitely want to make a zip line that goes all the way up to the surface. But here we are at the Spinos. Okay, 112, that is a decent level. I would love to have a level 120, so I'm not going to spend too much time on trying to find a level 120, but I'm definitely going to look around this river for just a bit more. Let me just get you from the back. There we go. Oh no, I shouldn't have killed him or shouldn't have harvested him with my... God dang it. I should have showed off the chainsaw and how good it is at collecting organic polymer. Oh, we're level up. Hey, which means we're level 82. Look at that. And we can finally learn the chemistry bench. It's not actually too expensive, which probably means we can make one this episode. Alright, another 112. What I definitely want is 2 Spinos of high levels, 1 male and 1 female, so we can breed them together. And I did want the same for the Megalosauruses. Maybe I will try and look for a male Megalosaurus in the next episode or something, because we just haven't been... Oh my god, why are you going after me? Oh my god. Oh my god. Really? There we go. I should have made a shotgun. Or did I already make one? I don't know, but... Oh my god, you harvested the... Oh, fucking crap. Anyway, I'm gonna kill this Spino because we have a female 112 earlier, and I don't need 2 females. I need a male and a female. Right, it is a little bit busy here. I still want to showcase the chainsaw for organic polymer, but look, there's a freaking crocodile, a crab, and a Spino. And I need to kill the Spino so it can respawn at a higher level. Okay, so how am I gonna do this? Should I just let my Megalosaurus take care of them? Yeah, okay. Go attack. There we go. Okay. Very, very good job. And now take care of the Sarco for me, please. The Sarco. Not do something. Do something. Excuse me? Why did he not do anything? Okay, come over here, please. Alright. You're dead. And now we can finally see how good the chainsaw is at organic polymer and chitin as well. 500, 600, 700, 800 organic polymer. Oh my god, that is way too much. But hey, it's always welcome, right? Oh, by the way, now that we are seeing a lot of Carcinos as well, I also do want to tame a Carcinos. Mainly just because it's just awesome to have one. Because, well, you may have noticed that they are quite strong. Oh god, okay, you're gonna have to take this one on your own, buddy. Why are you only doing... Oh, what? Why is he sometimes doing like 150 and sometimes like 1200? I don't understand. But yeah, anyway, I do want to tame a Carcinos eventually. Maybe in the next episode. I do know it is a pain to tame one, because instead of knocking it out like with tranq darts and stuff, you have to do it with like a cannon or something and then shoot him on his weak points, which is very nifty and it's super specific. But that's not a good enough reason to not try and tame one, honestly. I just really want to have one. Ah, look at that. A 120 Spino. Exactly what we're looking for. That is nice. It is a little bit busy here with crap. Especially piranhas. Piranhas are the fucking worst, man. Oh my god. Oh god. I think I'm gonna kill the Carcinos with our Megalosaurus. Okay, you can go on passive. And, oh my god. He keeps just getting closer to the Spino. That's not what I want, dude. Okay, he is... Are you... Okay. Yeah, he's focused on me. That's good. So now... That was a horrible execution. Jesus, that scared me. Okay. Attack. Alright. Oh, ooh. That scared me a little bit. He just jumped out of the... Yeah, that's the thing they can do. They can jump really high, which is another reason to tame one, because, yeah, it's just... That jump is insane. Alright. So, we have the Spino over here, and now it is time to tame it. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to go like that, go like that, and I think he can fit through here, but I think he can't fit through these gateways. We can, but I think the Spino is too big, so that's good. What I'm also gonna do is place the Megalosaurus here for bait. I do need to get rid of these stones. Always these goddamn stones, man. Always in the way. Okay, I'm gonna stay on my Megalosaurus. I'm gonna shoot the Spino. Oh my god. The goddamn stone. Can you please not come any closer? Please, 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 please. Okay, put you on passive because I don't want you attacking the Spino out of nowhere. So now, I'm gonna shoot the Spino, place a gateway over there. Alright. Oh boy, here it goes. Alright. Alright. Very nice. Okay, not super nice. Can you come closer? Can you come in there? Excuse me? Oh! No, he... Oh my god. Oh my god. Can you just get in there? Or if you're stuck... Okay. Oh, wow. This is really the worst way this could have gone. And of course there has to be a fucking raptor here. Okay. He's coming towards us. Or not. Excuse me? I mean, I know my gates are a little bit off center, but why? Bro, are you stuck there? What is going on? This is so weird. But hey, if he stays over there, that's fine as well. I can just shoot him from here. He's starting to move. How the hell was that a miss? Oh, my heart, man, my heart. The thing is, though, I should have made bear traps so that he gets stuck in those and I could... Oh, man. I should have prepared a bit better. I didn't know he was just not gonna go all the way into the trap. But hey, sometimes things just don't work out. I did need more than 32 darts, like the wiki said, but that's fine. But hey, would you look at that? We actually tamed it. I am really surprised that he didn't try and flee, because, like, why? But yeah, look at this. Food goes down. We didn't even need that many. Oh my god. Oh my god. We got a Spino! Oh man, hello. Can you look at me? Aww. You're not cute, but anyway, we got a Spino. Let me just put you into the ball. And, you know, I was literally just about to say, let me try and find a second one so we can tame that one. But I don't have enough trank darts. So, unfortunately, we do have to go back home. But hey, we at least tamed a Spino. So, yeah, super cool. I think we can actually go that way. Oh, why are you so heavy? Get rid of this chitin. I just don't need much anymore. Oh, wow. I also forgot. I have a saddle with me for this Spino. So why the hell do I not immediately try him out? Like, seriously. Oh my god. Oh my god. The Spino is also much faster than the Megalosaurus. Well, a little bit, I think. But the thing is with Spinos, they're really good in the water because then they get some sort of speed boost and even damage boost, I think. As you can see, speed, health, and regeneration and damage are boosted. Oh my god, he is so fast in the water. And the really cool thing is, of course, the Spino can just attack like normal, like this. And that's already pretty good. And of course, we still need to level him much more. But he can also stand like this. And then we can attack so much faster. Oh my god. That is so cool. Also, one really good way of leveling a Spino is just kill a bunch of fish. Specifically in this river. Because there's a crap ton of fish here. 3 levels. Okay, I'm gonna go with more health. Because he doesn't have that much health initially. But leveling him gives him so... my god. Oh my god. My screen is full of text. Jesus, his stamina is also not too good, but again, we can level it, so that's fine. 2600, I guess we'll go with that. Blam, blam. Oh my god, this is so much fun. Just swipe, swipe, swipe. How? What level is this Stego? What the fuck? Damn. Level 84. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna go with 21k. 22k almost. And then I'm going to go with more melee damage and a little bit more stamina. I think I'm going to go with 3000 stamina. Weight is not going to really be an issue. We're not really going to use him for traveling and stuff, so he doesn't need to have much weight. Oh my god. I can't see anything because of the fucking text. Oh my god. Yeah, just a little run in his river and he's leveled like... How much levels? How many levels? Like 20? That is insane. Oh yeah, what I also did off camera, I placed these zip lines. But something with the zip lines and the Ravagers is just completely broken. Because I just can't jump off of them, the zip lines, with the Ravager. So yeah. And again, probably never really gonna use the Ravager anymore anyways. So yeah. Alright, and I am cleaned up. I'm not going to be taming any more creatures in this episode, so we don't need to use the long range rifle anymore. Alright, but we basically did number 1, 2, 4, and 5. I also, of course, still want to make the chemistry bench. So let me see how the chemistry bench is doing. Can we already make it? No, we need 250 cementing paste and 100 spark powder. But yeah, those are not going to be a problem. So I think we have just confirmed that we can make the chemistry bench, which is nice. All right, so yeah, any second now we're gonna have the chemistry bench, so that's really nice, which means we can finally get rid of these mortar and pestles. Oh, and what I also wanted to do is take a look at the shotgun, specifically this pump action shotgun. There's multiple guns in this game. You also have some rifles like the assault rifle, sniper rifle, but I've always found that the shotgun is the best because it kind of works like some sort of splash damage-y thing. I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's just a really, really good weapon to have. And I don't think it's very difficult to make. We still need to make 45 more cementing paste. Yeah, let me do that in a second when we have the chemistry bench. Oh my god, this is so exciting. We make the forge and the chemistry bench in the same episode. But that does mean that we don't have a lot of metal left. How much metal do we have? Okay, that's barely anything. 2100. Yeah, that's not a lot. So we're definitely going to take a look at metal in just a second. But first, can we make the chemistry bench? Oh my god. Ah, this is so good. This episode, man, probably the best episode we've had so far. I'm just gonna place it right next to the fabricator. Just like that. Ah, very nice. Alright, but that means we can finally get rid of these mortar and pestles. You were really good until now, but we have something much better. So, yeah, finally. So, yeah, how much did we need for the shotgun? Like 45? But the thing is, if we just make 1 cementing paste, it makes 6. So what I'm going to do is make 99 more. And then we are going to have 600 cementing paste. And also what's really good is spark powder makes per 12, I think, even. So, oh my god, this cementing paste is heavenly. Look at the stacks, man. Oh, very nice. But, hey, now we can finally make the shotgun. Ta-da! Very nice. But we, of course, need ammo for the shotgun, which is the simple shotgun ammo, which I think we have learned already. No. Oh, God. We have 21 points left. I don't think we're going to need to learn a lot more yet. Anymore, Jesus Christ. But yeah, anyway, simple shotgun ammo. We need to make this in a smithy, and for that we need to have simple bullets. How many shotgun ammo do we want to make? 100? Yeah, 100 should do for now. So we need to make 300 simple bullets, and if I remember correctly, these also make per 2. Yeah, so 149, which we need 892 gunpowder for. But gunpowder is not the biggest issue. So 892, was it right? I think this makes per 6. So let's just make 200. Oh, we need spark powder. Okay, let's make spark powder then. Look at how fast this goes, man. This is so good. But in the meantime, let's work on the zip lines for the surface. So of course we will need to make the motor attachment. Can we? Oh, yeah, that is not good. Luckily our XP is going pretty fast now that we're making a bunch of stuff in this chemistry bench. I think narcotics give us a lot of XP when we make them, but for narcotics we need spoiled meat and narcoberries. Narcoberries is not an issue at all, but spoiled meat is definitely an issue. So let me just put some meat in the spoiler. There we go. And now we have music again, so that's nice. But let's see if we can make 50 for now. Yeah, okay, no problem. Yeah, this also makes per 6 narcotics, so we actually are gonna have 300 narcotics. There's so much going on right now, but it's all so good. And now we also can make, of course, the gunpowder. We can make 600. Well, I think... Do we have enough charcoal? We need 2,400 charcoal. Okay, whoa, more than enough. Actually, let me just put like a whole stack of wood in the forge. So we're constantly making more gunpowder and more charcoal and more spark powder. So we never really run out of any of those. We're just gonna do a bunch of stuff at the same time. But anyway, narcotics are done, so now we can finally make our gunpowder. 600, there we go. This also makes super fast, and again it goes times 6 for gunpowder. So we actually get 2400. No, 3600. That is gonna be way more than enough for now. Can we already... How much gunpowder did we need it for those bullets? 6. Okay, so can we make 149? We need 900 gunpowder. Okay, so that is all in the make. But okay, so yeah, the bad thing is I want to make those zip lines for the surface so that we can get up there. What we could also do instead is make a ramp, but that is going to be so much work. And honestly, we have 2 climbing picks. So yeah, I'm just going to leave it for now. What I am going to do is start preparing for going to the surface again. So we're going to be needing our Ankilo because again, we're going to the surface for metal. And I am also going to be needing my Spino. In the last episode, we used the Megalosaurus to explore the surface. But of course, now that we have a Spino, why not use him? He is regenerated, right? Let me check. Yeah, you are full HP. All right, how is our gunpowder doing? Almost done, which is very nice, which means we can make the bullets in just a second. There we go. That is in the making. So then we can finally make the shotgun ammo. And I will just show off the shotgun. Maybe not on the surface because we're going to use the Spino for that. But I am definitely going to showcase it like on random creature outside or something. But anyway, I still need to prepare for the red zone a little bit more. So let's do that right now. I do have a hazard suit, but I think I'm actually going to make a second set as like some sort of a backup. So we can easily make that. All of these items are never going to be a problem. Oh, and I also didn't check up on our gas collector. So I'm actually going to do that in just a second. I think we have so many gas balls that we're basically never going to need to check up on our gas collector anymore. But let's just do it because why not? I think it's going to have so many. Maybe not really a stack. Oh my god. Yeah, this is what I meant. 20,000 gas balls. Yeah, like I said, gas balls are never going to be an issue ever anymore. And you barely need it for any recipes apart from like the hazard suit and a couple of extra items like those charge batteries we actually used in the last episode to craft some elements, which I also want to do in this episode. Just make some elements again, so that when we defeat the boss, we can make some pretty cool items, which again are these tech items, which we only unlock after defeating the boss. Anyways, what I want to do now is go to the surface. So, yeah, I have everything we need. We have our bulb dog, we have our Ankilo and our Spino. We have our climbing picks. We have a glider suit so we can easily go down. Okay, what time it is? Ooh, that is not super convenient. What I could do is go to the surface first to get some metal, because for metal on the surface, we don't actually need to go on the surface, but we need to go to that little bottom area where you can climb up to the surface. So I'm gonna do that first, and then we're gonna go on the next cycle, because this is still a 50-50 day. But as I was trying to say, we are going to go to the bottom area for now of the surface, get some metal, and then later when it's gonna turn into night again and not into morning like it's doing now, we are going to be going to the surface, to the actual surface. But we are currently at the surface. You can just stay over there. So if you remember from the last episode, we found a lot of metal rock, or well, we found some rocks that give metal on the surface. And hey, would you look at that? We have those rocks right here as well. Kablam! Metal 800 in one stone, just like that. Oh, and by the way, there's also these bones on the ground. these give keratin, like you just saw. So yeah, this is probably the best way to get metal that I know of in Aberration, because there's a lot of these metal rocks in here, and you don't even need to go on the surface. You just need to stay here at the bottom. If you live where I live or near it, you can just go on this surface area here and get a lot of metal really, really quickly. As you can see, we already have 6,000 metal almost, and we're not even close to done here. And this is also what I always used to do when I played Aberration earlier, or well, like on my own or with a friend or something. Is just go to this area for metal, because again, it's close by. It's filled to the brim with metal. Yeah, so I'm gonna be doing this off camera in the future, because gathering metal is just not interesting to watch. It's only basically for like the discovery of that you can get metal in this area. And also one little tip which I haven't even mentioned yet, but if you ever tame an ankylo or a doedicurus or something that harvests resources, like a roll rat as well, leveling melee damage actually makes it so that every time you hit a rock or a tree for gathering those resources, you actually get more. So that's just really good to know. If you ever tame an ankylo or doedicurus again, just level melee damage. You don't even really need to level movement speed like I am doing. And yeah, as you can see, I collected like 800 something just a second ago, and I just leveled him up, and now he collects more than 900. So it's super useful. All right, and after clearing out this entire area, we now have 50,000 metal, which translates to 25,000 metal ingots, and that is definitely going to be enough for the near future. All right, I am back. Took a little while, but that is fine. Thank you, Ankylo. You have been very, very useful. And now, time to put all of the metal in the forge, just like this. Right, so this will probably be around 27,000 metal in total. Very, very nice. How are our plants doing? Midlings. Okay, so they're grown. When they're fruitlings, that means they can finally start producing items, vegetables, whatever. Right, so far this episode has gone really, really well. It is 8 a.m., so that means I have to wait around 10 hours until we can go back to the surface. So we'll do that on the next cycle, or well, the current cycle, but on the next evening, whatever. But one thing I still want to do is red zone prep. So what do we need to go into the red zone? Of course, we need our bulb dog, which we have, so that is no problem. Oh, you're done? Yes. Okay, thank God. Music off, finally. Of course, we need our bulldog. We need our hazard suits, which we have already made. Our glider suits, which we still have. Climbing picks are always welcome. Zip lines are always welcome, but we don't necessarily need those. We're mainly going to go into the red zone for red gems, because so far we've gathered red gems for with the roll rats. Like when they dig into the ground, you can get red gems. By the way, which reminds me, I still want to make some more element. So let me see what is necessary for that. I think it was all of the gems. So let me just bring some green gems like that, some blue gems, red gems, gas balls, just like that. The batteries, which I think I left those in the charge node that we crafted the element at in the last episode. And of course the element ore, there we go. But yeah, we're gonna go into red zone for the red gems, also just to see what the red zone is like. And in one of the next episodes, we're going to go into the red zone, but probably in the episode after that, we are going to go even deeper into the map. All right, we can make three elements. Well, we can actually make even more elements, but for that, we need to wait until this charge node has recharged, or find a different charge node, which I think is a little bit just over there. So let me see where it is. All right, there it is. Just a little bit around the corner. Well, a little bit further, but anyway. Put this in there. Of course, we need to charge these batteries. Is there any glow bugs around here? Because if you remember from the last episode, or one of the last episodes, you can charge your batteries with glow bugs when you press E when you're near them. But I don't see any glow bugs. What I do see is a lot of tech creatures. So just gonna kill them for more electronics and oil. Also, by the way, I haven't even talked about this. You get element dust from them, and you can probably guess what the element dust is for. You can craft element with element dust as well. So yeah, let me just show you that when we get back to the base, because we do need quite a lot of element dust for that. But I think we do have enough, because I did kill quite a lot of tech creatures already. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they can do that as well. Not very nice. What are you doing, man? Oh my god. That took way too long. But yeah, right now we have 200 element dust. And for the element, which is this, you need 1,000 element dust. So I think we can actually make multiple of those, which those craft per 1 and not per 3 like these charge nodes do. But that's fine. All right. And the batteries have been charged. Oh, wait a second. Can we still make the element though? It just says powered on station, but it doesn't say how much power it needs, because right now it has 980. But hey, it works, so fine. But yeah, this is make. The other element we just made is, I think, done. So we have 6 more elements. 6, not 6. So we have 9 in total, which is already quite a lot. Because, for example, if we look at the tech replicator, which is this thing, which you unlock after defeating the boss, you need 100 elements to craft it. But this is like the main tech item, because you need it to craft every other tech item. So yeah, that one is expensive for a reason, a good reason. You also have the tech trough, which is the same as the feeding trough, but it also cools the meat and the berries and stuff, so it lasts longer before it spoils. Let me just place these batteries in here, and the element, very nice, thank you very much. You also have like we actually saw a tech rock drake saddle, which is just a better version of this rock drake saddle. But anyway, we're back at the base with 6 more elements. So we have 9. Okay, very nice. I will just make a couple of elements every episode, just hopefully remind myself of making the element. It is almost 12 p.m. So in the meantime, I'm just gonna make, oh yeah, the shotgun ammo. So we have all the bullets we need. We can make 100. Very nice. So let me just grab the shotgun. Ooh, very nice. I like this a lot. I like it. Looks very nice. And let me just grab a couple of ammo. I think you can get 6 in a clip. Yep, very nice. I don't know how much damage it does, the shotgun, but I think we should be able to take care of that boy. And otherwise, we still have this Ravager here, so it should be fine. All right. Bam. Okay. 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 That is not as much as I was expecting, but it is still pretty good. I do need your help, Ravager, so attack. Kablam. Kablam. Attack. Kablam. Kablam. There we go. Yeah, shotgun, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Of course, like I already explained in one of the last episodes, this one is just a normal shotgun with 100% weapon damage. But via blueprints, which you can get on the surface, you can get better versions of items and stuff. So we'll definitely try and collect some shotguns. Oh, okay, now it works fine. What the fuck, man? Anyways, that is the shotgun. Very nice. Probably my favorite weapon in this game, just because it's pretty powerful, even though we don't have a good version of it. But again, we can get better versions with blueprints. Alright, so currently it is 1 p.m., almost 2 p.m., which means we still have to wait a little bit longer. In the meantime, I guess I could make some more narcotics to level up a bit more. So let's make like 500. Can we make that? Easy. Times 6 is 3,000. Yeah. Narcotics are never going to be an issue. And I guess I could start working on making some metal foundations and stuff so we can upgrade our base in the next episode. Look at that. We're already level up. It is a little bit hot here, so I'm just going to take off my outfit. But yeah, I guess I could start making 7x7 49 foundations. I don't think we can make that much. Well, I think we can actually. No, we need 735 cementing paste. And we have 555, but we're making narcotics. Let me actually cancel this so we can make some more cementing paste. But first, how much do we need? Like 700 something. I think this should be enough. So let's see. 49. Yeah. Okay. Nice. We're already level up. Okay. Just because of the insane amount of narcotics we're making. Ooh, a basilisk saddle. I definitely want to tame one of those as well. But we are just not even close to prepared for that. But that is part of the reason why I want to get into the red zone. And even deeper in the next episodes. Because we're going to need some pretty crazy stuff for that. Right, in the meantime, I guess I could go ahead and start replacing these wooden foundations with metal. Like that. Does this destroy the thing on top? Nope. Okay, nice. Alright, there we go. The floor has been replaced. So, at least we don't have to do that in the next episode. But, let me just see what time it is. Okay, we could start going to the surface. So, I'm gonna need my bulldog, which I still have. I'm gonna need the SPINO. Let me just take out a ball. Actually, I'm just gonna walk with the SPINO there. And that's all I need. Alright, there we are. It is still really hot out here, I think. Yeah, 70 degrees. So we still need to wait a little bit. I think it's around like 5:30 that it starts getting cooler. So let me just put you in a ball. Maybe take off this outfit and I'll start climbing up so that we have as much time as possible to explore the surface. What the fuck was going on there? Oh my god, this game is so buggy. That literally raised my heartbeat like 100. Jesus Christ. Don't ever do that again, game. Don't ever do that again. Alright. There we are. Look, the flames on the ground are gone, but it is still just 70 degrees. So, yeah, let me just wait. Yeah, it says here 5:30 is when you're safe to explore the area until around 6. So, it should start cooling down, but it still just isn't. I know of like using the vegetables, you can make dishes to give yourself more insulation against the cold or the heat. We could also make this ghillie suit, but why is it still not just cooling down? And my health is not the only problem because my water is going down pretty fast and I only have one sip left of this canteen. So can you cool down please? It's still 70 degrees. My god. Okay, you know what? I don't think I'm gonna get anything out of just staying here. So I think I'm just gonna go. Because it's not gonna getting any hotter if I go out here. So, okay. Ooh, I'm a bit nervous. Because you guys still haven't experienced the full dangers of the surface. These seekers are not really an issue. These seekers are attracted to light, so then I need to turn off my bulldog, but by doing that I'm attracting other creatures which are attracted towards darkness. Oh god. Ugh. I'm so scared. Anyways, it is still not cooling down. Why not? It is 7 p.m. I just don't understand. We're still safe, sort of, but my heartbeat is just going insane. Alright, what I'm here for though is obsidian and element ore. So, let me just get that. Oh. I'm scared so much. Ooh, I'm shitting my pants. Nah, not. Oh, I I'm not wearing any armor. But again, it's still not cooling down. Why not? Oh my god. Oh my god. Yep, that is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Oh shit. That is a Reaper King. And as you can see, he has a lot of HP. Oh my god. And he has cocooned us. Oh my god. Looks like we're taking care of him pretty well though. But that is why you want to keep your light on. Okay. Ooh. What? What the hell was that? Acid burn. Oh, because I'm in the cloud. In that smoke. So that's why. Okay. Okay. Whew. Well, at least now you know why the surface is so dangerous. Even though we did take care of that Reaper quite well. Oh my god, another one. 112. Oh god, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Oh boy, this is really not good. This is really not good. Can I take him? Not if he keeps doing that. Okay, we're doing more damage on this. Oh no, he's doing a lot of damage. 446. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Okay, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Man, this is really not good. Oh my god. These are so strong. Okay, goodbye. I know a trick of not taking any fall damage doing that. What? He's still here? What the fuck? Oh my god. Oh no, hell nah. What? Hell nah, I'm not doing this. Get the fuck out. I am not doing this. Oh fuck. Oh god, this is really not good. I hope my Spino survives this. But those fucking cocoons. Oh my god. Does he disappear when I get out of this area? It doesn't seem like it. This is really, really bad. Oh my god, now is not the time. Oh my god, I have to... How much health do you have? Not that much left, but I... Oh, whoa, my god, this sucks. Oh boy. Oh boy, fall damage. Oh boy, oh boy. He's still behind me. Are you kidding me? Okay, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Oh. Oh. Oh, get the fuck out of there. Oh, my god. That almost went horribly wrong. My Spino's almost dead. 4k health. Well, that was not something I was expecting. Just to... Oh, man. This... Well, hey, at least now you know why the surface is so dangerous. Those Reaper Kings are super strong. Like, that was a level 112. He did 400 damage. And he had more than 10k health. Oh, Jesus. And of course, that acid and those cocoons. Man. At least we got like a tiny bit of obsidian and element ore. But man, that is not how I wanted it to go. Alright, you regen here. Oh my god, my heart. Anyways, now that we have this XP boost, let's make some more narcotics. Because why not? Oh my god. Ugh. That went... Oh, my heart. But yeah, anyway, at least we explored the surface for just a tiny bit more. We got some more element ore and some more obsidian. That's always nice. So what I want to do is in the next episode, by the way, this is definitely going to be enough for this episode. I've done so much. I've made this forge, a chemistry bench, basically upgraded our floor. I've tamed a Spino, explored the surface for a bit more. Finish the farm, which we'll definitely harvest in next episode. What's left? Like, make the chainsaw. I have done so much, and yeah, it's definitely enough for this episode. So, in the next episode, we are gonna be taming another Spino, because of course I want to tame a male because this one is a female. Why are there so many females in this world? I don't know. But anyway, tame a second Spino, breed them together so we can have a whole army. Sorry. We can have a whole army of Spinos. I want to still explore other surface areas because right now we went to the right, the one on the top right, but we also have one on the top left and the bottom left. I want to try and go towards the one on the bottom or the top left, which isn't too hard to do because you can basically walk over there. The one on the bottom left is super difficult to get to. It is in the red zone. Where? No idea because the red zone is absolutely huge. But yeah, that is mainly what I want to do in the next episode. Tame a second Spino, hopefully get to the surface on the top left and explore the red zone. And yeah, that is basically it for this video. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and do more of that fancy stuff. And I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.